This is the Sonata Bluedrive, and it's a hybrid-powered version of the new Sonata that Hyundai has determined won't wind up in hybrid car heaven like many before it. Honda had a hybrid version of their Accord, but they couldn't sell it, so they took it out to pasture, and well, you know the rest. They know the Chevy Malibu hybrid, and at the time of filming this segment, it looked like the Nissan Altima hybrid was about to bite the dust and head to that great big hybrid highway in the sky, too. That leaves the Sonata Bluedrive to compete mainly with established players like the Toyota Camry Hybrid and Ford Fusion Hybrid, which are still very much alive and kicking. But hybrids aren't big sellers, and there are a million reasons why people buy them or don't. Ultimately, if Hyundai wants their first ever hybrid to be a success, they'll have to just nail this thing. They've kind of done that with the styling. The new Sonata is a real looker, and so is this version. It's got some unique add-ons to separate it from the standard car, and it's all very upscale and sophisticated, even if the wheels look like the coleslaw attachment on a food processor, and that fascia resembles a guppy fish that's gone to a rave party. Sonata's nicely trimmed and nicely styled cabin reinforces the great exterior looks. It's very modern, fresh, and high in utility. Add-hand storage facilities are generous, visibility is good, controls are mostly easy to use, and it's well equipped, even in this base model version at about 30 grand. Really, the cabin is only compromised for hybrid duty in the trunk because a giant hybrid battery pack lives there. Said battery is of the lithium polymer variety, which Hyundai says leapfrogs the old school batteries used by the competition in virtually every aspect. It drives an electric motor that's attached to the front wheels along with a standard 2.4-liter 4-cylinder gas engine. These gas and electric systems take turns or work together to propel the vehicle depending on the situation. Battery recharging power is created by an onboard generator that's driven by the engine or vehicle momentum during braking. Drivers can watch the power flow between the systems on this screen, and an EV indicator light comes on when the gas engine shuts off. This happens when the vehicle stops for a light to eliminate wasteful idling. It can also enter EV mode at speeds well beyond 110 clicks, cruising briefly in some situations on the highway without burning a drop of gas. These periods of fuel-free driving add up over the course of every tank to reduce fuel consumption and emissions. Other than this driver-selectable blue mode, which makes the Bluedrive extra green, it all works with no driver involvement. With 206 horsepower and a 6-speed automatic, performance is adequate too. It also rides nicely and has road noise levels on par with most of the segment. Steering and brake feel are both very artificial though, and the brakes particularly can be difficult to modulate and very abrupt, despite adequate stopping power. This isn't a driver's car, but then again, hybrids never really are.
Alright, so the gas mileage, we'll all show you the math that we use to figure out our observed liters per 100 kilometer rating on this test drive. You can use this on every tank of fuel in your own vehicle. So I've driven a total of 2,145 kilometers and used a total of 133.99 liters of fuel. To get the liters per 100 kilometer rating, you take the amount of fuel that you've used without the decimal place and divide it by the amount of kilometers that you've driven. So in this particular test drive, that leaves us with 6.2 liters per 100 kilometers.
That is pretty impressive and less gas than I burned in the standard Sonata driven similarly, especially considering I didn't really change my driving habits. Of course, to get the most out of this thing, you've got to put aside all thoughts of burnouts, redlining, power shifting, and other hooliganism, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I try to, but I am a born gearhead after all. Translation: if you've got a more modest right foot than me, and you probably do, your mileage figures will be even better.
I've driven just about every other hybrid on the market, and what really stands out for me about this one is that because of that advanced lithium polymer battery in the trunk, this car can spend an awful lot of time in that fuel-free EV mode, even at speed on the highway. And what that means is you get the sense that the technology is all working really, really hard to help minimize your fuel consumption, and that's always nice when you've paid the premium for a hybrid car.
Those interested in a fuel-saving family car should check this one out alongside the Fusion Hybrid, Camry Hybrid, and some of the TDI clean diesel stuff from Volkswagen. Not in the new car market? Remember that proper maintenance and a tune-up on your older ride can slash your fuel bill and emissions considerably too. Thanks for watching.